From Appleton, Wisconsin, this is the Anderson Pens Podcast.
Welcome to Anderson Pens Podcast, episode 423 for Thursday, January 20th, 2022.
This week, we will catch up with Lisa Anderson.
No way.
We'll touch on National Handwriting Day. We will mention InCoWriMo. We're going to show off my newest ink of the week. We'll talk about a favorite TWSBI. We'll play show and tell with two new Lamy rollerballs. We'll have a contest winner and a whole new contest. Hey, Lisa.
Yes, Eric.
What do you call a paper airplane that doesn't fly?
A dud?
Stationary.
That's cute.
So, it's lovely to see you, but before we get to you, I just want to mention that the location bumper at the beginning of this video is the History Museum at the Castle, right in downtown Appleton. Have you been there?
I have, actually.
I've never been there.
In Appleton, we just call it the Houdini Museum.
Because it used to be the Houdini Museum.
It's not?
No, it is now the History Museum at the Castle.
I think it always was.
Oh, really?
But they do have some of Houdini's props and equipment or whatever
Right.
there. You can actually, at least when I went a couple years ago, you could actually crawl into one of the big trunks or a couple of his
Because I want to do
things.
that.
It's kind of cool.
Their website says it's the history of Appleton and surrounding cities.
Yes.
And Houdini was what, born here?
No.
Lived here?
I think they really milked the fact that he lived here for a couple of years. He and his family moved here. I think it was from New York City. They lived here for a few years and then moved off. But I think that the fact that he was here, Appleton's
Well,
just
you
kind
gotta
of...
have something. Gotta have something. But speaking of something, how are you? And how's Chicago? It's so nice to see you.
It's good to,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Now, you weren't here, you were here Christmas, we saw
Yes.
together. Okay, so
Yes.
not too long ago.
No, it's good. Chicago is, of course, really, really cold and windy right now.
I was hearing a lot about winds, and strong winds and cold winds.
Yes, tonight, in fact, it's supposed to be really bad. But no, Chicago's good. The hotel is, of course, back open. Not completely, because not all the tourism is back yet.
You're running a hotel down there?
Yeah, that's my side job. We are inside the
You're
Palmer
inside
House
the
Hilton.
Palmer House Hilton.
But
Okay.
no, it's been good. I've had a lot of regular locals come in. I've had a lot of really fun people from out of town. So it's...
So you're liking the big city life?
I am.
You're very close to the Art Institute.
Yes, Brian and I went just the other day.
Okay.
And we discovered it no longer is open till 6. It's open till 5. So we had to rush.
Over there.
Yeah, a little
Rush
bit.
over there. They still serve coffee in the members?
No, the lounge is closed
The
right
lounge is
now.
closed.
But speaking of coffee, I have discovered I now get my groceries delivered.
How's that working for you?
I love it.
Do you?
I really do. You know,
Yeah,
it
big city
initially
life.
felt kind of indulgent, but Target is my grocery store, and their food section is closed off right now.
Oh, well, you need some food.
Yeah.
And you don't have a car.
No. So that's the problem. It's heaven. If you haven't tried having your groceries delivered, I highly recommend it. It's amazing. So that's my new
I'm still doing
thing.
the pickup. I order and then I go pick
Well, you
up.
have a car.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
But do you know that my grocery store is in the same family as your grocery store? So you and I could get the same exact thing.
And by that you mean Kroger?
Yes.
Ah.
Mine's Mariano's, but...
Oh, Mariana.
but other than that, Chicago is struggling to recover, I think.
The city.
The city itself. Your favorite burger restaurant closed.
Go on.
Yeah.
No reason to go back.
But there are new things coming in, and there are people who are slowly coming back to their offices. And so it's been nice to see a lot of regulars.
And you're enjoying being there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I miss being home, but
Well, you're here now.
I am. So...
I wanted to mention National Handwriting Day, which is coming up Sunday, January 23rd.
Okay.
I couldn't find a website for it, but I could find plenty of information. It encourages us to put pen to paper and write out our thoughts. It is a chance to re-explore the purity and power of handwriting, which of course I do every day.
Who wrote that?
It's on somebody's website.
Well, so that's a good practice your handwriting day.
Right, but I write something every day. I suppose you do too.
I do.
Yeah, so
Do you write a note to me every day?
every day. I keep it to myself, but I do write you a note. And sometimes you don't want to see them. January 23rd, which is the birth date of John Hancock, which I thought, that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
In addition to National Handwriting Day coming this Sunday, we also have something next month that you love.
I do love.
InCoWriMo, International Correspondence Writing Day. It's one a day. One a day every day, February. InCoWriMo challenges you to handwrite and mail deliver one letter, card, note, or postcard every day during the month of February.
Do you know, I actually completed InCoWriMo.
Last year?
It's either last year or the year before.
Congratulations.
First time I've tried
And what
it.
was your trick for that? Post-it notes? Cats?
Postcards.
Postcards. I like postcards. I said that to Brian last week. I
And
prefer postcards.
I
not as much of a commitment.
Batched them. So I did a bunch and then mailed them and then did a bunch.
Oh, so you weren't one a day every day. You were 5.
I did
rest.
29 or 30, and I consider that a win.
No, that's a win. That's a win.
It doesn't really matter how you
do not have to do it every day. You just have to do the 28.
Because it's really rough if there are rules.
The rules are very flexible. Very flexible. And a post-it note would qualify.
And that's a little like cheating. I think of the one year I did do Post-it notes.
Yeah, you have to.
When we were in the upstairs office, I think I left Post-it notes on everybody's
That
desk.
counts. That counts. That counts.
Okay.
That counts.
InCoWriMo is fun. I always used to love to mess up the name.
The 10th year anniversary.
No
you
way.
were InCoWriMo.
InCoWriMo, yes. 10 years.
10 years. 10 years.
Wow.
So that's InCoWriMo.org, where you can go and find people who are sharing their addresses, mailing addresses.
Yes, I think I'm going to write to the Queen of England this year.
You could do that. And the year she was on the list of people, people got responses.
No way.
Not from the Queen, but from,
from her
people. Yeah.
Oh, I'm totally writing to the Queen of England. Because she's, 95 now?
I think this is her 70th year as Queen. So
yes, her
Diamond Jubilee or something.
Something like that. That's just darn impressive.
Very impressive. Speaking of impressive,
Okay.
let's move on to my ink of the week for this week,
Let's do it.
which was a Kyo-no-oto, and I'm going to try to pronounce it. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Ryokuyuiro. Ryokuyuiro. It's green. Very soothing, lovely green, and it has little shimmer particles.
Oh, that's very
Justin
cool.
will give you a much better look at this.
What are you doing, flapping it around there?
I just wanted to see the shimmer.
Okay. No, it's pretty. I really like a lot of the Kyo-no-oto.
I like all of the Kyo-no.
They're not bright and in your face.
No. This particular one is a soothing mossy green with silver shimmer particles, inspired by the color of a ceramic glaze that was popular in Japan over 1,000 years ago, or so they say.
That's cool.
The shimmer on these, it's more subtle than other shimmerings. You have to look for it. It's not as in your face. They're slightly on the dry side, which I sort of like. Fast drying, well behaved. I had no trouble reading this color once I wrote it on paper.
Okay.
I like their bottles, a 40 milliliter lovely glass bottle. With the shimmering, of course, you want to agitate it.
Lava lamp,
Lava
not
lamp.
margarita.
I'm martini it, but
Okay.
since this one belongs to you, I won't do that.
Or I like to tell people it's like the hot dog roller at the gas station. You can rotate it that way.
Oh, show us. Oh, see, I was doing it, and there's shimmer at the bottom,
There is.
and I like that shimmer.
Lava lamp it. I like it when they're not in your face glittery. So that's a pretty color.
Yeah, this one surprises you because you don't see it, and then you see it a little bit. And of course, I put it in my Frontier, which is green and shimmery.
Right.
So
What nib do you have in that?
I have a journaler nib.
Oh.
And I saw Gina at the Philly Pen Show.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I'm going to buy 2 pens and you're going to make journaler nibs for me, right?
Right.
That's the best way to get them, is to go
Okay.
right to the source.
Right to the source.
So I like that ink. I'm going to keep it in this pen.
Okay.
Because it goes well with this pen. I'm going to revisit something from the past, which was my ink of last week, I think, the Herbon Bleu Pevanche. And Steph did a hot stuff on the Michigan from Sailor, the Sailor 50 States, Michigan. And a few people in the comments said it looks kind of like...
They look similar.
The ink that Eric was using last time. And I asked Steph, I mentioned that to Steph, and Steph said, oh yeah, I can see the similarity. And Steph's our resident color expert.
Yes.
So if she said it yes, then I agree. So I brought the two swab cards that Justin will give you a closer look at. They're not identical.
They're not.
But if you're only seeing this one, and then a week later you see this one, I can see.
They're similar.
They're similar enough.
Absolutely. Michigan's definitely a little
darker,
bluer, a little darker. You know, Blue Provence was our tester ink at shows for years. And people loved the color. We sold so much of that color because we would dip a pen for people to test, and they're like, oh, what is that color? And then they'd buy it.
I said last week, it's a lovely color just to look at.
Yes.
And I have it in my Esterbrook Aqua.
Okay.
So it goes with the pen, and the more you look at it on the page, the calmer you get.
Nice.
It's a very calming ink.
Do you need to be calmed?
I didn't know it, but since it's available, why not?
Let me ask your staff.
I do have some news. I wanted to mention to everyone, we're out of Hobonichi planners completely.
Don't scare me.
We have no more weeks. We had a few weeks and now they're gone. We do have some techo covers without the techos inside, and the notebooks and some of the pencil boards. But the planners themselves are gone. What does that say?
Well, let me go back
to that.
So in Chicago, I do have some of the notebooks in both the A5 and the A6 size.
These are the plain, non-dated.
The non-dated, just plain graph notebooks. And I do have some of the A5 little memo sets. Those are nice. I really, really like those. But I do occasionally get people who come in and ask for the Hobo planners. And you are out, which means I have none.
Right. And speaking of notebooks, I'm going to go to Anderson Pens today and get a Lamy notebook.
They're nice.
Yeah, I've heard good things about them.
That ruling is really, really nice.
And so maybe I'll bring it next week and share it.
Are you going to get a hardcover or a soft?
I want a soft cover.
Okay.
Because I got an A5 leather notebook cover in Philly that I have to fill.
Okay.
So I have not tried the Lamy notebooks.
They have a very, very nice ruling, kind of a dot dash, multiple personality.
Do they have blank and the ruled one?
Yes.
So they have blank, and the ruling is sort of like a very faint grid.
Yes, with dots.
Grid made of dots and lines like those are darker.
It's very cool. Yeah, it's very cool. The hardcovers are all silver, and then they have colored end pages. And then the soft covers are the bright colors.
Right.
We have them right in the front in Chicago. So when you walk by,
I'll be there today.
Pop.
I'll be there today. Okay, now.
So, the podcast is very bad for you.
So is a pen show, really. So is a pen store down the street.
I know. All right, so something new from Esterbrook.
That's all we can say, except it's next Thursday.
I know.
It's a week from today.
I've seen pictures.
I like it, and that's all I can say. Something new from Esterbrook 1 week from today.
I'm excited.
I do like that Esterbrook tells us about it ahead of time, and so we can order them and have them in the store, hopefully, by the time the launch date is.
Yes.
They also tell us, don't say what it is until launch date.
It's pretty.
But we do have permission to say something new is coming from Esterbrook next Thursday.
Yes.
And right after next Thursday, which is Friday, it's the last Friday of the month. I don't think Brian has said this out loud, so I'm going to do it while he's not here. The last Friday of every month is going to be the vintage mailer from Anderson Pens. We're going to try that.
Okay.
I asked for that.
I know.
So that we could get it under control.
Is now finding things more regularly, and I know that he has overwhelmed your team a few times with these massive quantities.
It's just nice to have a schedule. We can plan things better. So it's the last Friday of every month, starting with this month.
Okay.
So it's a week from tomorrow. It'll go to your inbox. They'll also be available online.
Yes.
We've been posting things to YouTube.
Excellent. You've been doing that for a while.
Yes, we have been. But last Tuesday, Brian's video on the Visconti Medici Astral, the gorgeous pens.
Those are pretty.
We have talked about them.
Do you need one? It sparkles.
I like the red one. And a couple of people were guessing who made the resin in the comment section of YouTube.
Okay.
And I had not heard that Visconti told us, but I verified they did tell it was Jonathan Brooks' resin.
Yes.
Jonathan
He
Brooks.
does amazing. I don't know how he makes
have
his
no
own
idea.
pens because he's so busy making resin for so many companies.
Including Visconti. And they said this is the first time they're using an
Yes.
American-made resin. Louisiana. Sailor 50 States, Louisiana will hit YouTube tomorrow. And next week we'll have Brian on again with the product video for the Visconti Dual Touch.
Those are cool.
Pretty. Those are pretty.
Those have some serious weight to
Yes,
them.
they're hefty.
I had a customer in Chicago, a good friend and his wife were in town, and he came in and he thought he had it in his head what he wanted, and then he wanted to think about it. And then he came in. Actually, they texted and said, "Can we come back on New Year's Day?" Because they were getting ready to leave Chicago. So we met at the store on New Year's Day, and he had it in his head. He wanted the black. Then he had overnight switched to the cognac, and then ended up walking out with the black. But it's definitely heavier.
What's brass?
It is. That leather is really well done, but that brushed metal is just so beautiful. Really a nice.
I think I like the cognac, and I think if I remember correctly, he was a little concerned that it might get a drop of ink on it.
Yes.
And we don't know how well it cleans off, but I don't care if leather gets ink on it. It adds some mojo to it. It's
Okay.
that I enjoy. So
You know, the camouflage is. I wasn't crazy when I heard that I wasn't crazy about the idea of a camouflage pen, but it doesn't really look like your army outfit camouflage. It's really very subtle.
that was the pen I liked the most of the three.
Okay.
Until I found out the name. I said, well, I don't really like camouflage.
change it to forest
But
green.
If they hadn't called it camouflage,
Yeah.
I'd have said that's my favorite.
Change it to forest green, but really pretty, nice shades of green. So I was very excited about that.
You unfortunately were not here with us last week, but have you heard about the contests I've been doing?
No.
Well, I did a contest last week.
Did anybody check with me for permission?
No,
on that?
you know, cat's away. I had Brian take his pen and write a sentence, and so people could guess the ink.
Could they read it?
You mean the writing?
Yeah.
As I recall, it was legible.
Okay.
I don't have it here, but Justin can probably show it to us again.
Okay.
I do not know the name of the ink, but first, if you commented on that video with your guess of what the ink color was, you were automatically entered into the contest
Okay.
for a $20 gift certificate credit.
Okay.
Anderson Pens. And the winner of last week's contest was Davis Jordan, whose comment was, I'm going with Sailor Ink Studio 140. And I don't know if that's right. It doesn't have to be right. But I'm going to call your husband.
Okay. Ooh, is this like dial a friend?
Yeah, but he has to tell me what ink this is.
Okay. Is he going to remember?
Hello, this is Brian.
Brian, this is Eric. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Good. Are you in Chicago?
I happen to be in Chicago. Yes.
Are you at Anderson Pen, Chicago?
Anderson Pen, Chicago.
I have your wife here.
I've decided I'm staying here and you can just live down there for the next 3 months.
You are on podcast episode 423, and I'm trying to tell people what ink you had in your pen last week. That vintage sailor, not vintage, the pre-modern sailor pen.
Pre-modern, yes. Graf von Faber-Castell Gulf Blue.
Oh.
Okay, I would never have guessed that. I would never. Beautiful ink, beautiful ink.
It's a lovely, bright, cheery color.
It's a lovely bright cherry. Reminds me of Brian Anderson. Bright and cheery.
Bright and cheery?
Yes.
Not this morning.
While I have you on the phone, is there anything you'd like to add to the podcast?
Anything I'd like to add to the podcast?
Yeah.
You guys are doing a bang-up job.
Ah, thank you very much.
Great.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Okay, yep,
Bye.
bye.
That was your husband.
I know. I've met him.
Graf von Faber-Castell, which one?
Gulf Blue.
Gulf Blue.
Okay.
I don't believe I've ever used Gulf Blue.
You know, Graf von Faber-Castell makes some really, really
I like
pretty
the bottles.
colors. Yes,
And-
they look like cologne bottles.
Yes,
they're
they're
really,
very nice
really
bottles.
pretty. I like that they're sturdy. I'm really clumsy, so tall, tippy bottles don't work for me. I tip them
Is this
over.
the bottle that he uses
He
for
uses
his
for his
shellac?
shellac.
Yeah, because it's just so sturdy.
It's got a nice sturdy base, but some of the colors are absolutely gorgeous. I love the hazelnut brown, the moss green. India red's kind of pretty too. So they have several colors I like. And some of them are water resistant. machines.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I already have my ink of the week picked out for next week, but then I'm going to try a graph.
Try one.
I'll call you and
Try
say,
it,
which
you'll
one
like
should
it.
I try?
Dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can.
I want to talk about a favorite of mine, an old favorite, the TWSBI Go. The stats on the pen, they come in clear, smoke, sapphire.
Yes.
I like the fact that they are affordable. There's a spring-loaded piston filling mechanism. It's a clipless snap cap. And it's a
Say that 5 times fast.
Clipless snap cap 5 times fast. There's a steel nib that's available in extra fine, medium, broad, and a 1.1 stub. And I have a sapphire. What have you got?
I disassembled the clear.
You got the clear, and this is the smoke.
Yes.
I am attracted to the sapphire.
Well, you and I have a motto: when in doubt, choose blue.
Okay, we have that motto.
We do.
I really like slip caps.
Snap caps.
This has a nice snap to it. You like those.
Yes.
And this, the filling mechanism is really interesting.
This is, kudos to TWSBI for, number one, for years they've had their piston filling pen, starting at $50. That's just crazy.
And they have the vacuum.
Such a good value. Yes, the vac is just a little bit more. And then this one, these are what?
$19.
$19. Steel Yovo nib. Beautiful. These are good writers, but this is really just, this is
it's
fun.
It's a lovely pocket pen. The reason this came up is I asked Brian to identify his top 5 pens that are $50 to $100, that price range.
Yes.
And I said, I'll take the cheap end.
Okay.
And this is one that I'm considering putting on my list because I really like it as a pocket pen, the filling mechanism, the slip cap.
Yep.
You mentioned this morning it's got a little hole here where a clip
you can
could
even
be.
put it like on a lanyard. Except for Brian, because he lost a pen that way once. He slipped it in his shirt and the pen fell out.
I like the detail of the jewel at the top.
They really do a great job. Even at a very low price point, they really pay attention to detail.
So that's our contest for this week.
Oh, we have a
Another
contest?
$20 gift certificate credit to your account at Anderson Pens. If you'll just comment on this video and let me know what other pens I should consider that are under $50, what your favorites are. If I'm picking 5 under 50, this is definitely probably going to be on my list.
Say that again. Definitely
probably going to be on my list. I haven't owned one in a long time, so when I go get my Lamy, I'm going to pick one of these up.
My only issue.
She has an issue.
I do.
And there's only one.
Only one at this moment. For some people, this is amazing that it's bottled ink only. I'm really lazy, so I like cartridge converter.
Oh, I don't mind bottled ink.
But bottled ink, this will hold a lot more ink.
And does it fit in the vials of the ink samples?
I haven't tried it.
I think it would.
I bet it would.
Yeah. Does it post?
Oh, all right. So that's a game changer for me. I have to have a pen that posts.
So you like this pen?
Yeah, I do.
Like this pen.
Can I have the blue one?
My second favorite is the Demonstrator, clear.
Okay.
They're just great value. And
Absolutely.
A good writer.
Yes. And the company will stand behind everything it makes.
Yeah, Philip
Wang
really
is
good.
amazing.
Really good.
Everybody on his team is terrific. And so if you have a problem, you reach out to them and they take care of it. But, it also is a pen that doesn't try to pretend to be a $100 pen.
No.
It's
not.
deliberately.
This is injection molding.
Absolutely.
And so I still think it's rather affordable.
Oh, it's
an
an amazing value for what you get.
Yep. So I think it's on my list, but please tell me your recommendations for other pens that should be on my list of top 5 under $50.
And are you aiming to buy one or are you aiming to buy all 5?
Well, hopefully I'll have the other 4.
Just checking to see what you're...
expensive.
Okay.
R.I.P. boiled water. You will be missed.
We talked about it last week, but we have them in our hands this week. The Lamy Tipo in blue, black, and moss. These are just in their special edition colors. It's a capless rollerball. They're stylish. It's a modern design aluminum body with a clip-actuated design that retracts the clip when the tip is out. For some reason, this is important to Brian, so that you can't put it in your shirt pocket when the tip is out. And I have blue black.
I have the moss green.
Now, these just came in.
Yes, these are great.
I was on the fence.
Okay.
I was on the fence. And I think I'm going to go, if I can only have one, I'll have the blue black.
Okay.
But that is a lovely moss green.
Moss green is
Absolutely
really pretty.
lovely.
Justin, this would go great with your shirt. Just saying.
What? Sell it to him. Go ahead. $16. These are probably already gone, but more are coming. More are coming.
These are really, for some reason, I thought these were more expensive.
No,
and I didn't push them very much in Chicago when people were asking for a lower end pen, and that is my problem.
It's a good thing you're here.
I know. Look what I learned. Brian, I knew about it a couple weeks ago, but this is really for $16. This is an amazing pen. And the clip is really cool. Something
interesting, apparently, is that it's a capless rollerball. Usually a rollerball needs a cap.
Yes. Just like Retro 51s are capless rollerballs.
Right. And it writes
these
very
are great.
Smoothly.
These are amazing.
Very smoothly.
They also come in a number of other colors that are very pretty.
Which
one do you have?
The coppery one. That I got right away because the color called me.
The coffee is talking to me as well as the pearl.
Well, I can make you a deal. I can make you a deal.
Sailor Pro Gear has a new pen out called Every Rose Has Its Thorn. It is a new North American exclusive. It's the first North American exclusive with a 21 karat rose gold nib. The nib sizes are available in fine, medium fine, and medium. It is limited edition, so you do want to jump on it now. And it's a really pretty sparkling ivory with rose gold trim. Should arrive within a couple weeks. But did I mention sparkling?
Sparkling, that's what first thing I noticed in the pictures. We do not have one.
Not yet.
To show you.
It was just announced.
Justin will show you the pictures, or already has. Very interesting looking pen. They said ivory. I see a little blue, but that's probably just my eyes. And they're coming very soon.
Yes.
Did say limited edition, but did not tell me how many is in that edition. But they do say it's North American exclusive. Can't get it anywhere else.
A couple years ago, and I don't know if it's even still available, there was a white pen with rose gold trim. And so when I saw this, I thought, they must have brought that back. But this is definitely a different material. And I think maybe a little prettier because of the sparkles.
The pictures make it very pretty. I don't understand the name. The rose is because of the rose gold, but what's the thorn? Am I not going to touch this pen?
I think they just didn't want to call it white with rose gold.
Oh.
I think they're coming up with more fun names.
I can't say the name of this pen around Steph because she starts singing the song. She already put it in my head this morning. So I've learned my lesson. But it's up on the website where you can sign up for back in stock notifications so that you're notified as soon as it comes in.
Yes, and remember that it is a limited edition, and lately many of the limited editions have sold out or even oversold. And so often, as a retailer, we only get one shot.
This, it probably is a one shot.
Yes. If you're considering it, I would definitely.
They didn't say how many are in the limited edition. And I should reiterate, if we haven't said it at all, maybe just say it's a standard size Pro Gear, not a slim.
Correct. It's the larger of the two Pro Gears.
And
because it's got the 21 karat nib.
Thanks for joining us. Join us next week for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
Follow the blog for news, ink reviews, and all sorts of other stuff that we post.
Check us out on social media as Anderson Pens. We have a store in Chicago.
We do.
Where is it?
On the ground floor of the Palmer House Hilton, inside the hotel, not on the outside.
And when is it open?
Every day of the week.
7 days a week. Most of the time you're there.
99% of the
99% of the time.
Monday through Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30, and Sunday, noon to 4.
Excellent. Like this video, please, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.